So here's a quick and minimal Hello World tutorial for our PuggosWorldSDK. Let's start by making a clone of the otter and overpowering it. We'll call it the nuclear otter. So let's start by going to our Unturned mods folder. Create your mod folder, which will be called, in this case, my mod. Now, this here is going to house all the items that are part of your mod, whether they be multiple vehicles or multiple items or an entire collection of things. But we'll call the root mod my mod in this case. We're going to do a vehicle, so I'm going to make a vehicles folder, vehicles, and then I'm going to make my vehicle folder that I'm going to create, call it nuclear otter, nuclear otter. Now before we forget, let's make our master bundle. Now this is a tricky thing due to a bug in Unity. Some of you modders might already be aware of it. To make the master bundle, we have to go through a little bit of a process here. So select the My Mod folder. You're going to create a master bundle, new, call it My Mod. See, it won't let me type, so the way you handle that is you select it again, try again, mymod.masterbundle. As a quick review, as this is a very sensitive part, the mymod folder that we have selected here must be called mymod.masterbundle. That is the master bundle of this particular mod. That's actually the more sensitive part of the entire thing. If you get that right, everything else should follow. Now we're going to make our mod of the otter. So let's get our otter, bring it into the viewport here. Let's make our nuclear reactor on top of it. Sphere, there's our nuclear reactor right on top. Doesn't have to be aerodynamic. Let's layer and tag it appropriately. Large and large. If you don't layer and tag it accordingly, it will not show up as a change in the mod in Unturned. We're going to save the prefab as an original. And now we have the beginning of our mod. Let's go to the My Mod folder and create a mod settings object. This will be the settings for the mod. Go to Create, PuggosWorld, Unturned, Mod Settings. Call this My Mod, and once again, in the mod name, call it My Mod. That should be the last time we do that. This is a simple tutorial, so we're not going to do the Steam description now, but that would be included in your output for the Steam description. You'll see later. In our nuclear otter folder, we're going to create the dat file. Create PuggosWorld Unturned generic data file. This is a serialized object representation of what you're already familiar with, the dat file. We're going to call this after the folder name, following the convention of Unturned, nuclear otter. This is equivalent to making a dat file that is named the same as the parent folder. Now we're going to clone from the original otter. So go to this variable here, clone from, and we're going to type in otter, select the otter, and do clone from dat file. It's just pulled all the information from the original otter. We're going to make this a unique ID 90210, and we will call it the nuclear otter. Just a small amendment. You have to keep the ID beneath 65,535. That's the rules for Unturned. So I'm going to bring it down 1. 65,534. Okay, it should work now. And the only thing we're going to mod is the speed, which will max out at 1,000. So that perhaps I can break my computer or the server it's playing on. We shall see. Now that we've done that, go back to the My Mod settings. Select My Mod. And you're going to add the dat file to the mod list. Simply push the plus sign and drag the nuclear otter into it. If this is a first build, this is going to take a long time. Push the Generate Mod button. Now that the mod has generated, let's go to the folders. This will be found in the Unturned Sandbox Bundles area under My Mod, and it appears everything's worked out just right. And To see how it handled your .dat file, open the .dat file, and it has given you all of the information that you supplied it automatically. And in the My Mod, it's going to list in the README all the relevant information that you provided. This will be what you paste into Steam. Now let's fire up Unturned and test it out. Alright, now it's time to test our nuclear otter. Vehicle 65,534, was it? Ah, yes. Let's see if our... there it is. There's our nuclear reactor. According to the mod, it should go at 1,000. Here we go. Oh, wow, that does work. I really can't even steer it. It's all out of control. It's working, though. It's a little deadly, but... Well, if you ever want to find out what's outside the skybox, just keep going in any direction. Anyway, that's a successful mod. Let's abandon ship. Wow. Wow, I can't even abandon ship out here. Well, we have successfully broken the game. Good job. That's how mods work. So that was our quick start tutorial. If you'd like to learn how to make crafting recipes and other things, simply refer to the documentation. You can get to the documentation by going to PuggosWorldSDK and GitHub, going to the wiki, or you can simply follow this link down here. In the table of contents, you will find all the major features of the mod. In this case, you're going to want to see the crafting recipes. Go through it. The documentation is really where it's at. And that pretty much covers the basics. In the PuggosWorldSDK folder, Example Mod, you will find 2 more example mods. Simply double-click them and import, and you can see 2 more working examples of mods that should work directly out of the PuggosWorldSDK. Thanks for watching. Enjoy modding.
Thank you for watching the PuggosWorldSDK tutorials. And here is a positive message: if at first you don't succeed, then skydiving definitely isn't for you.